Do animals accumulate karma? Ancient wisdom on soul reincarnation. Imagine for a moment that you're walking along a path at dawn. Suddenly, you meet the eyes of a stray dog. In that gaze, there's something that stops you, an inexplicable depth, as if it had lived 1,000 lives. Have you ever wondered if that animal also carries the weight of past actions? If its destiny is intertwined with invisible laws that govern all existence? The answer you'll discover today could forever change the way you see every creature that crosses your path. Dear spiritual seeker, since the dawn of human consciousness, one question has resonated in the hearts of sages, mystics, and ordinary people. Do animals participate in the great theater of karma, or are they innocent spectators in this cosmic drama of cause and effect? When we observe the majestic flight of an eagle soaring through the skies, the unwavering loyalty of a dog waiting for its master's return, or the serenity of a cow grazing under the golden sun, this profound question inevitably arises. Do these creatures carry with them the invisible baggage of past lives? Do their actions generate waves that will expand through time and space? The spiritual tradition of India, which for millennia has explored the deepest mysteries of existence, offers us a revolutionary perspective on this question. The great masters, including Paramhansa Yogananda, who brought these ancestral teachings to the West, revealed to us that the law of karma is not an exclusive privilege of humanity. In this exploration, we will unveil how this universal law works for our animal brothers, what role they play in the grand scheme of spiritual evolution, and how this understanding can transform our relationship with all forms of life. Understanding karma, beyond punishment and reward. Before delving into the animal world, we must first dispel the misconceptions about karma that have clouded its true meaning. Too often we hear about karma as if it were a vengeful cosmic judge, distributing punishments and rewards according to a heavenly justice system. However, enlightened masters teach us a deeper and more liberating truth. Karma, in its purest essence, is simply the natural law of cause and effect that governs all energetic manifestation in the universe. It is as impersonal and precise as the law of gravity, but operates in the realm of consciousness and action. Every thought we generate, every emotion we experience, every action we perform, creates a specific vibration in the infinite ocean of consciousness. This vibration, like ripples in a pond, must eventually return to its point of origin, not as punishment or reward, but as a cosmic necessity for balance and harmony. Paramhansa Yogananda used to explain to his disciples that karma is not our enemy, but our wisest teacher. Every experience we face, whether joyful or painful, is a lesson perfectly calibrated to help the soul remember its divine nature. When we act from love, compassion, and truth, the vibrations we send to the universe must return as peace, joy, and harmony. When we act from fear, anger, or selfishness, those vibrations also return, but not as punishment, but as opportunities for learning and growth. This law operates with mathematical precision, but is imbued with divine compassion. Every difficulty we face, every moment of happiness we experience, is life's way of guiding the soul toward its awakening. Here we come to a crucial point. This law is not the exclusive property of human beings. Karma permeates all creation, from the smallest particle to the vastest galaxies. It operates silently, shaping the destinies of every soul, whether it inhabits human, animal form, or even the most subtle manifestations of life. The soul in animals, divine sparks in evolution. To understand how karma works in animals, we must first recognize a fundamental truth that the sages of India have preserved for millennia. Animals possess immortal souls, divine sparks that are going through their own stages of spiritual evolution. The sacred scriptures describe creation as a vast journey of consciousness in which God expresses himself through countless forms. In minerals and stones, the soul lies asleep, in a state of absolute stillness. In plants, it begins to awaken with a subtle perception of life and growth. In animals, the soul awakens even more, expressing movement, emotion, and the first glimpses of love and attachment. Finally, In human beings, the soul acquires self-awareness and the power to reflect on its own existence. Yogananda expressed it beautifully. God sleeps in the rocks, stirs in the plants, moves in the animals, and awakens in man. Anyone who has lived intimately with animals can attest to the richness of their emotional life. They feel joy when they play under the sun, experience sadness when they lose a companion, show courage when protecting their young, and express gratitude toward those who care for them with love. A dog can die of sadness beside its master's grave. An elephant can mourn the death of a herd member for days. Dolphins have been observed rescuing humans in danger without any personal benefit. These behaviors reveal the presence of a sensitive soul, capable of experiencing complex emotions and forming deep bonds. However, unlike humans, animals do not yet possess the capacity for deep reasoning or making conscious spiritual decisions. They live primarily guided by instinct and karmic impressions from past lives, in a state of relative innocence that protects them from generating complex karma. Animal karma, simple but significant. The central question that concerns us is fascinating. If animals possess souls, do they generate new karma in the same way as humans? The answer, as the masters teach us, is nuanced and profound. Animals live primarily by instinct. Their behaviors are guided by nature and by the impressions, samskaras, carried from past lives. Due to this relative simplicity, they generate very little new karma. They are not burdened by complex decisions, excessive ambitions, or the moral struggles that humans face daily. A lion hunts because hunger compels it, not out of deliberate cruelty. A bird builds its nest because instinct dictates it, not because it has planned or reasoned the process. In this way, animals primarily act from tendencies already present in them, rather than creating new complex karmic chains. This doesn't mean their actions lack spiritual significance. On the contrary, they are actively processing the residues of past experiences. A soul that cultivated loyalty in a previous life may express it through the form of a faithful dog. A soul learning patience may take birth as an elephant, living long and with stability. A gentle spirit may flow into the form of a cow, refining its peaceful qualities. This is the beauty of the system. Each animal form offers specific opportunities for the soul to develop and express certain divine qualities. The courage of a horse, the cunning of a fox, the protective motherhood of a bear, all are expressions of divine aspects being perfected through experience. Unlike humans, animals cannot consciously choose to evolve spiritually at this stage. But by living these instincts and qualities, they gradually prepare for the leap toward human birth, where free will and self-consciousness fully open the door to higher progress. If this topic is resonating with you and you want to delve deeper into the mysteries of karma and spiritual evolution, I invite you to subscribe to the Divine Karma Path channel, where we regularly explore these ancestral teachings that can transform your understanding of life. The Great Ladder of Evolution. The soul's journey is like a long and sacred pilgrimage. From the most basic forms of life to the highest, the soul moves step by step, accumulating experiences, refining qualities, and slowly awakening to its divine nature. In the mineral kingdom, the soul sleeps, limited by immobility. In plants, it begins to move, reaching toward light and growth. In animals, it starts to move more freely, to feel emotions, to express love, fear, loyalty, and even sacrifice. When the soul has accumulated enough experience in animal bodies, nature opens the door to human birth. This is an extraordinary turning point. In human form, the soul receives the gift of self-awareness, the ability to reflect, to choose, to say, I will do this or I will not do that. It is in human life where karma becomes more powerful, because now we have the freedom to create, to shape our destiny, and to consciously walk toward liberation. This is why the scriptures emphasize how precious human birth is. After countless lives, the soul finally awakens in a body where it can ask spiritual questions, seek God, and consciously burn past karma through wisdom and devotion. Animals, therefore, are not lesser beings, but earlier travelers on the same path. They too are advancing step by step, and one day, Every soul that is now an animal will awaken as human, with the opportunity to rise even higher. This understanding fills us with reverence, because truly, every creature we see is an evolving soul, heading toward the same eternal home. The ant working tirelessly, the bird singing at dawn, the dog showing unconditional love, all are our brothers and sisters on this spiritual journey. Animals as silent teachers. Although animals don't carry the same karmic responsibilities as human beings, they play a crucial role in life's grand design. In their simplicity and innocence, they become teachers of silent wisdom, reflecting qualities that we, in our restless human minds, often forget. Consider a dog's loyalty. No matter how rich or poor you are, no matter what mistakes you've made, your dog will remain faithful, offering unconditional love. This devotion reminds us of divine love, a love that doesn't calculate or demand, but simply gives. In the trusting gaze of a dog, we can glimpse what our relationship with the divine should be like, without doubts, without conditions, pure and complete. Think of an elephant's patience, moving with constant grace, carrying burdens without complaint. In its calm presence, we remember the strength that comes from inner stillness. Its legendary memory teaches us about the importance of honoring the past while moving serenely toward the future. Or contemplate the cow, symbol of gentleness in the Indian tradition, silently giving its milk, nurturing without expectations. Its peaceful nature teaches us the power of kindness and selfless service. In many cultures, the cow is revered not only for what it gives physically, but for what it represents spiritually, the maternal generosity of the universe. Even the smallest creatures have lessons to share. A bird singing at dawn speaks to us of joy in the present moment, without worrying about tomorrow. The ant, working tirelessly, teaches discipline and cooperation. The spider weaving its web shows us patience and precision in creation. Bees teach us about harmonious collaboration and service to the common good. Cats show us the importance of rest and silent contemplation. Horses teach us about controlled strength and nobility of spirit. Nature speaks constantly, if only we have the eyes to see and the heart to listen. Paramhansa Yogananda often encouraged seekers to observe animals with reverence, to see in them the reflection of God's qualities. They are not here merely to serve our needs, but also to remind us what it means to live with simplicity, trust, and harmony. Each animal we observe closely can become a mirror reflecting aspects of our own divine nature that we have forgotten or neglected. In their authenticity without artifice, we find an invitation to return to our own center of truth. Our karmic responsibility toward animals. If animals are truly evolving souls, then how we treat them becomes a direct reflection of our own karma. Every act of kindness or cruelty toward an animal is not forgotten by the universe. It shapes our destiny as surely as the decisions we make with other human beings. The sages have always taught that compassion is the highest dharma, and this applies not only to people, but to all creatures who share this earth with us. When we show love to animals, feeding a stray animal, protecting an injured bird, or simply treating them with respect, we elevate not only their journey but also our own. Such actions create vibrations of harmony that return to us as peace in our own lives. It is the law of karma in action. What we give, we receive multiplied. A simple gesture of kindness toward an animal can generate waves of blessings that extend far beyond what we can imagine. Conversely, cruelty toward animals creates a heavy karmic debt because it denies the divinity present in them. When we cause unnecessary suffering to an innocent creature, we are acting against the fundamental laws of harmony and love that govern the universe. Paramhansa Yogananda frequently reminded his disciples that God is present in all beings. Recognizing this truth is expanding our heart beyond narrow limits. When we see an animal, we should strive to see not it, but thou, recognizing the divine presence that dwells in that form. This shift in vision transforms our spiritual path because compassion is the very door to divine realization. We cannot reach God while excluding from our love His other manifestations. In practical terms, this means being conscious of how we live. choosing kindness over exploitation, gentleness over harm, service over indifference. These small decisions shape our soul's progress. This can manifest in many ways: choosing products that don't involve animal cruelty, supporting sanctuaries and rescue organizations, being aware of our impact on natural habitats, and simply treating every animal we encounter with respect and consideration. By protecting animals and honoring their lives, we help accelerate their evolution while also purifying our own hearts. Service to animals becomes a form of meditation in action, a way to practice divine love in tangible form. Humans find ourselves at a unique point of responsibility in creation. With our consciousness comes the duty to protect, nurture, and elevate all life. By serving animals, we serve God. By loving them, we open the path for our own liberation. Stories of spiritual connection. Throughout history, there have been countless accounts of deep connections between humans and animals that suggest bonds transcending a single lifetime. These stories speak to us of soul recognitions that go beyond logical explanation. There are documented cases of people who have felt an immediate and inexplicable connection with certain animals, as if they had known each other before. An animal rescuer may feel irresistibly drawn to help a particular species. A child may form an instant bond with a stray animal, as if they were soulmates reuniting after a long separation. These encounters often involve forms of communication that go beyond spoken language. It's heart-to-heart communication, soul-to-soul. Eyes meet, and there's mutual recognition, a silent understanding that speaks of bonds forged through multiple existences. Many people report vivid dreams with animals they have loved and lost, dreams so real they seem like genuine visits. Others describe signs and synchronicities that suggest their animal companions continue watching over them from other planes of existence. These experiences teach us about the nature of true love, a love that knows no species barriers, that doesn't judge based on physical form, but recognizes the divine essence dwelling within. They are living reminders that at the deepest levels of reality, we are all one, walking together toward the light. As we come to the end of this exploration, let us carry in our hearts the truth we have discovered. Animals are not mere creatures existing for human use or entertainment. They are divine souls, evolving step by step through life's great journey, silently guided by the law of karma. Although their karmic dance is simpler than ours, they too carry impressions from the past and constantly move toward the light of self-awareness. This understanding fundamentally transforms the way we see the world. The bird perched on a branch, the dog wagging its tail, the cow grazing in the field, each is a fellow traveler, walking the same eternal path that you and I traverse. They may not speak our language, but their eyes, their loyalty, their innocence, and even their struggles whisper lessons from the divine. If we learn to see them with reverence, we will find God looking back at us through their gaze. This realization calls us to live with greater compassion. Every act of kindness toward an animal becomes a step toward our own liberation. Every gentle gesture plants seeds of peace in our soul. And every time we protect, serve, or honor animals, we are indeed serving the infinite spirit, hidden in all forms. I invite you, dear seeker, to reflect. Have you ever felt a deep soul connection with an animal, as if you had known it before? Perhaps a pet, or even a wild creature, that touched your heart in a mysterious way? What other mysteries of karma and spiritual evolution would you like to explore? The secrets of reincarnation? The guidance of great masters? The hidden laws that govern destiny? Your suggestions help shape this journey of spiritual discovery. To continue exploring these profound mysteries of existence and receive regular teachings on karma, reincarnation, and ancestral wisdom, be sure to subscribe to the Divine Karma Path channel and activate notifications. Together, we will continue unveiling the secrets of the universe that can transform your understanding of life. Until our next meeting on this journey of spiritual discovery, walk gently upon this earth. Remember that every being you encounter carries within itself the same spark of God that lives in you. Honor them, love them, and you will find yourself walking ever closer to absolute freedom. When we look at animals with spiritual eyes, we see our own divinity reflected. In their innocence, we find the way back home. In their unconditional love, we discover God's face smiling at us from every form of life. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free.
Ye Gurudev.
If this message touched your heart and helped you better understand the journey, remembering that it is part of your karma and spiritual growth, support our work with a super thanks so we can continue creating transformative content with themes that inspire, help people, and bring more light to each life. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if it resonates with you, and share it with your friends so our message reaches where it's needed.